everybody, my name is Heather Finley and I apologize I never posted an August movie or book review, and honestly I recorded them and then I bought a new memory card and I could not find my old memory card and I was just too busy to re-record them. So yeah, we're just gonna do it now. We're gonna make it an August-September book and then I'll do another video right after this that'll be the August-September movies. So yeah, let's dive into it. August was an extremely productive reading month for me. I finished 9 books. The first one was In the Black by Cheryl Nantis. This one was read for Vaginal Fantasy Book Club with Felicia Day and company. This is basically like Firefly fan fiction, to be honest. Imagine Firefly was a brothel and that the captain was a female and that a murder happened on the ship. That is what this book was about. I loved it. It was like junk food. I read it very quickly. I thought there was some interesting like deeper issues going on and stuff. I liked the way that the lead character, that she dealt with things and just thought about things and stuff. So 2 thumbs up on that one. And right after that I read the sequel to it called In the Void, which this one starred one of the male prostitutes as the main person, and it was more of like a corporate takedown kind of story. And yeah, I found it highly entertaining as well. 5 out of 5 stars for both those. They're ridiculous. I don't care. I read them fast. I enjoyed them. Can't wait for the next one. After that, I read Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. This one is the story of 3 girls that decide to start taking out revenge on 3 of their classmates that they feel have mistreated them, bullied them, that kind of stuff. I enjoyed this book a lot. I ended up relating probably most to Lila, just kind of the smart, a little more laid back girl, and also Kat, she was kind of the alt chick, which I feel like is what I fit into. Yeah, it was good, enjoyable. After that, I dived into, actually I finished Dead of Night by James Marsden, is that his name? I should look this up. It was the second book in the Tomorrow When the War Began series. So it is about a post-war takeover Australia. Again, I really enjoyed this book. I did it on audiobook, so you get an Australian reader, which is always fun. And these teens are smart. They think things through. There's consequences. I enjoy these stories a lot. Highly recommend them. What's that movie? Red Dawn? Red Dawn? If you enjoyed Red Dawn, definitely check out this series. It is similar, except Australia, and yeah, thumbs up on that one. After that, I got back into that trilogy, the Burn for Burn trilogy, and read the second book, which was Fire with Fire. I will not give much description on this because I don't want to give anything away about the plot. I will say that I didn't like this one as much as the second one, or as the first one, because of a certain character's development. I didn't like where it was going, and unfortunately that kind of became the main focus for book 3. So I would say, like, as the books went on, like the first one was like 5 for 5 for me, the second one was maybe like a 3-4, and the second one was like a 2-3, or third one was like a 2-3, so I can't even talk right now. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't love the series overall, but I love Jenny Han's writing, and I haven't read anything else by Siobhan Vivian, but I will definitely check her out because I enjoyed it. I do not think that I disliked them because it was bad writing. It's just that I was disappointed with the type of stories they ended up being. Put it that way. So still recommend it. It's a good, easy read. You just, there's something that I don't want to give away. After that, now this was like an end of the month that was just kind of anticlimactic on a lot of stuff. After that, I read The Girl with All the Gifts by, I believe his name is M.R. Carey. And this one obviously is about to be made into a movie. It is a zombie story. A lot of people seem to think it's like a dystopian story, and I wouldn't call it that. It's just straight up like apocalyptic. And honestly, everything I loved about the book is what they show us in the movie in the first few minutes. And then the rest of the book I just thought was very boring, very slow, was a lot of walking. I was really honestly disgusted with the certain development that started happening, and I just ended up not caring at all for the story at the end. So honestly, like maybe 2 stars. It just left me like, okay, that was the thing that I read. I mean, I'm glad I read it before the movie came out, so now I can be that kid, but yeah, did not care for it too much. After that, I listened to the audiobook of Self-Inflicted Wounds by Aisha Tyler. Aisha Tyler is a comedian. The role that I love her best for is Lana on Archer. And I highly recommend doing this book on audio because I think that did make it better. Unfortunately, there was a lot of parts where it sounded like she was just trying to sound as smart as possible by using as many big words as she could. And it also, towards the end, just got a little bit preachy with the believe in yourself kind of stuff. So, lots of stuff in it made me laugh, but overall, I did not love it. I hear a lot of people complained on Goodreads about like reading it and not liking it, so I would say if you're interested, do the audiobooks. Then you get her, like, her emphasis on different stuff and all that, so it made it more interesting, honestly. And the last book I finished of the month was Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. This is about a girl who her friend disappears but leaves her a list of things to do over the summer. I also was disappointed by this book because, if you don't want to be spoiled, I'm going to hold this up until I'm done doing a minor spoilery thing. And yeah, I'm not going to totally spoil it, but I'll just say that I thought it was going to become a finding out that you're bisexual, coming out kind of story, and it did not end up being that at all. And to me, it was totally disappointing. You set up everything to be an awesome bisexual lead character, but then you just have her fall in love with the straight character, and to me, it was just a missed opportunity. So the book was kind of meh. Whatever. So yeah, that was August. And September, I only finished 3 books, but I was traveling and doing cons and stuff basically the entire month, so glad I got in what I did. The first one I finished was Kitty Goes to Washington by Carrie Vaughn. This is the second book in the Kitty Norval series, and Kitty is a werewolf that has a radio talk show, and in this one she gets summoned to the U.S. Supreme Courts to go over their reviewing somebody who's researching paranormal. I loved this series. It's really fun. You get to see the character grow, which is good. In the first one, she deals with some abuse and some bad things happening, and you get to see those things making her stronger in this one. I thought that was really cool. I just enjoyed the character, and all the characters that kind of brought up were really good, really interesting. Great stuff. Definitely going to continue listening to the series. After that, I finished just the short story, which was By the Silver Water of Lake Champlain by Joe Hill. This story, it's one of those leaves you thinking at the end. It's kind of nonsensical, and you're just like, huh. But I liked it. It totally fit with Joe Hill's other short stories. Not too bad. Not as good as his whole stories, in my opinion. But yeah, it was interesting. It was good for a nice short little story. And after that, I finished Speaking in Bones by Kathy Reich. I bought this one when I was in England, so I have the English cover. Very nice, very nice. This one is where Tempe has been approached by someone who believes that they have connected a missing person with an unidentified body in the lab. And so Tempe kind of goes through and tries to figure out what's happening, and no one's really believing her that there actually was a murder. I mean, I love this series. I named my cat after this series. It's always good. I love how smart Tempe is. I love how she deals with things. I like that she's like talking to her cat and trying to do her taxes and stuff. It's just great. And the ending of it, I was like, what? Like, it had a fantastic spin at the end and climactic ending, I guess you would say. So yeah, 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10, like, it's just phenomenal. I absolutely love her writing, and I can't believe that I have not read every book in this series, to be honest. I really need to fix that. I've read quite a few and I own most of them, but I need to go through and do this all. So boom, there is August and September, and I promise for October I'll be better at posting on time because I will be around. So yeah, let me know what you guys read in the last few months, what you're reading right now. Right now I'm reading 172 Hours on the Moon because I want to read some scary stuff this month. So yeah, bye.